friends, so today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial, special effects makeup tutorial, and I'm going to be showing you how I make scar wax. A lot of people use scar wax to create fake skin if they want to carve something into it, or if they want to make like a fake nose or fake finger or whatever. Show you how I make scar wax, and I'm gonna do a makeup look using the wax that I make during the video. A lot of people use either the the bend 9 nose and scar wax. That is really popular. I've tried that before. I'm not a huge fan of it personally. I feel like it's kind of difficult to work with. I find it's a lot easier to work with the wax I make myself, because I can make it whatever consistency I want, and I can kind of change up the formula depending on the project I'm trying to do. So I'm going to show you guys the materials I use and how I make it and how I create some looks. I'm going to be doing like a carved thing into my arm, and then I might also do a sliced finger tutorial, but that's probably going to be a separate video. But yeah, let's get started. That you need are just regular petroleum jelly. You can get this from literally anywhere. Regular all-purpose flour, and those are literally the only two things that you need. I'm mixing this in this little cup right here because it might be a little bit easier. So I'm going to take 1 tablespoon. It doesn't have to be like exact measurement, so 1 tablespoon petroleum jelly. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of flour. Like I said, it doesn't have to be extremely exact. And I'm just going to mix it together. Okay, then I'm going to use a popsicle stick that you can get like anywhere, and I feel like this makes it a little easier to mix it. So right now it's really sticky, so I'm going to add a little bit more flour, and you want it to kind of be the consistency of kind of Play-Doh, a little bit stickier than Play-Doh. So I'm just going to sprinkle in a little bit more flour. You just add this piece by piece until you get it to the right consistency. I think to be a good consistency, because it's kind of getting all in one little ball, I'm going to add, like I said, you can keep adding. It's better to add not enough flour at first and then have to add more than to add too much and then it would be ugly. You want to get it to a point where you can form a ball with it like this. So this is a perfect consistency right here, and it's a nice little, it's literally like Play-Doh or like cookie dough kind of, yeah. So I'm going to do something on my arm, like right here. So what I'm gonna do is, basically what you're gonna do is, if you're gonna do something like a carving, you want to lay down a layer of the scar wax, which would be kind of like a layer of fake skin, and you want to lay that down so that way you can carve into it. So what I like to do is put a layer of liquid latex down first, just so it has something extra to stick on, and then put the scar wax. So I'm going to do a layer of liquid latex, and then I'll put the what to do is I like to use a popsicle stick to apply the scar wax onto my skin, because it makes it a lot easier to kind of like glide it on, I guess. Take a little bit of the scar wax. Here I have it right here. I'm just going to slide it onto the skin. It slides on pretty easily. It probably would have been easier to color this ahead of time, but whatever. I'll show you how to do it without coloring it ahead of time. And depending on how deep you want the cut is how much wax you put on to build up. So if you want the cut to look kind of deep, you want to put more wax, but you also want to make sure you blend out the edges. I will show how to blend out the edges in a second. This is what I have so far. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the petroleum jelly, just plain petroleum jelly, and put it on the popsicle stick to blend out the edges. So I'm going to do that now. Forgiveness. So what I have on here is just plain petroleum jelly, and I'm going to use this to blend out the edges of it. Just use the flat part of it to blend it out even more, to however you like it. I'm just going to try carving it again. And you want to make sure you clean off your tool. Draw a line through there. Are my words in here? Cross out the 6 because then 16's over. And then I'm just going to draw my 7 off to the side like that. So that's my finished carving. Now what I'm going to do is put another layer of liquid latex on top of this to kind of seal it, and you want to do it very, 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 very lightly so that way you don't mess up what you carved. So okay, now I have my base down, and I'm going to use another little makeup sponge. You could do another layer of liquid latex if you're really concerned about your carving getting messed up, but I just did one because I'm rushing and I'm stupid. So now I'm going to do a layer of foundation. Ooh, this foundation is very dark. Now that I've colored it to match my skin pretty well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a darker color and fill in the carving. So I'm going to use my old Ben Nye bruise wheels, and I don't know where my new one is, but this is a really old one that I've had forever, and this is alcohol activated, so you just spray a little alcohol in it and it starts becoming liquidy. So the more alcohol you use, the more liquid it will be. So you want to make sure that you use a small brush so you can get in like all the little corners. I'm going to start with a darker color and get all in the letters. And you'll notice it's still a little pliable, so you want to be really gentle. This is after I painted it in, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some bruising around it to make it look kind of like messed up and roughed up a little bit, and then I will almost be done. Okay, so when I'm doing the bruising, I like to use one of these little sponges and pick out some parts of it. I saw like one of my favorite YouTubers, I saw her doing this, and I was like, oh, that's really smart. So you pick out some parts of the sponges, so when you apply the product onto your arm, it won't just be a straight stamp of the sponge. It will be kind of like, it'll have rivets and stuff in it. So let's see, I'm going to start with some of this barely red color, because I use this red so much, there's barely any left in here. So I just finished bruising everything on up, and now I'm going to add blood, and I might darken the inside up just a little bit, but other than that I'm pretty much done. I think I might darken it up just a tad bit. Okay, now it's time to add blood. I'm going to use the same brush I used for drawing in the dark colors, and I'm just going to put the blood in right inside. It doesn't have to be like a straight line of blood. You can kind of have it kind of splatter, like some here, some up here. It doesn't have to be like just blood, you know? I'm just going to take a stippling sponge, and I really love this sponge because it picks up the blood and kind of like puts it everywhere, if that makes sense. I'm just going to dip it in the blood and then lightly tap the blood onto here. So it's scar wax, and so you do your own scar wax and create your own effect.